Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mike Cochran with Value Function Analytics, and in this video I'll be showing you a simple spreadsheet tool you can use to help a team or a committee evaluate and rank any number of items of importance, such as, say, applicants for a position, which is the example that we're going to use in this video. The goal is to generate a simple ordinal prioritization for each member doing the evaluation and then be able to aggregate those rankings. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet tool. So you're looking at an empty spreadsheet, and what we have here are 7 columns representing the committee members by name, and then to the right of that we have applicants for a position, and there happen to be 11 applicants, and they're listed by last name. You can see that we have 11 rows in this top table, one row for each applicant. And let me talk to you about how the scores for each applicant are derived. So uh, I'll just highlight this cell here, and you can see up in the function window that we're using the COUNTIF function to count this row of all of the committee members to see how frequently this last name Helopoulos turns up. And then once that number is calculated, then it's multiplied by a value that's in cell C18, which happens to be down here. C18 is the value 1, which is associated with position 1. So let me explain the values. Um, the way we calculate the values, it's based on the number of items being prioritized, which is n. So the top spot always has a value of 1. The nth position, in this case 11, always has a value of 0. Values 2 through n minus 1 are calculated by this expression, 1 over n minus 1, where n is the number of applicants. So in this case, n is 11, so that's 1 over 10. So each value then is separated by 0.1. So position number 2 is 0.9, position number 3 is 0.8, and so forth. So for example, if I want to put in, say for Linda, in her top position, she chooses, and I've used a drop-down menu, so we have these data hidden in, this is the data validation function in Excel, makes the drop-down very easy to do. So let's say she chooses Herndon as her number 1 choice. So you can see over in the table, we have a cell now highlighted, and it's been color coordinated so that when there's a value other than 0, it's going to turn orange. So Herndon has been given a score of 1 because the value is 1. Now, if Linda scores, say, Deech as number 2, here's Deech over here, and of course, Deech has got a score of 0.9. And so you see what's happening is these scores are totaled down here below. So Deech's score currently is 0.9, but that's only because Deech only has one committee member scoring. So say I go to Arden's column and he puts Deech as number 4. So I'm going to select Deech. Notice that that scores a 0.7, or rather 0.7, because Deech only appears one time and he's ranked number 4, so that would be a value of 7. So that brings Deech's score to a total of 1.6. Well, now what happens if Mike also scores Deech as number 4? You can see his score then goes up to 0.14 because 2 people have scored this individual at position number 4. So his total score goes up to 2.3. So you can see how this is all working. And we have built a table down here in the bottom that captures those scores from the sums of these columns. So here's Deech's score of 2.3, here's Herndon's score of 1. So let's go to the completed table, and you can see that we now have the committee filling out all of their rankings from 1 to 11, and then it populates this table with the scores, and the scores then are summed, and then they're populated into this table. And you can see that we can sort. We're sorting from largest to smallest. So in this case, we've highlighted the top 4 candidates in green, but Ferguson has a score of 7, and the lowest individual has a score of 0.5. This is because you can see that we had one individual score him at position number 8, and one individual score him at position 10, giving him a score of 0.3 for 8 and 0.2 for 10, for a total of 0.5. So that's basically it. That's just a real simple tool that you can use to rank order any number of items, and also be able to aggregate those rankings given a number of members of, say, a team or a committee. So if you have any questions about this, you can always email me at valuefunction@gmail.com.